Welcome to Engineers Academy. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to receive the notification for the upcoming videos. In the previous lesson, we have learned the element by element operations, and we have learned the element by element multiplication, division, subtraction and addition. Now in today's lecture we will learn the element by element exponentation. So now let's suppose if I have this a vector and if I want to raise a scalar to this vector, let's suppose if I want to have the 3 to the power 1, 3 to the power 3 and 3 to the power 5. So what I will do, so I can write like this: c is equal to 3 to the power a. 2 to the power a. So what happened? 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 3 and 2 to the power 5. Now if I want to raise a vector to a scalar, here I have raised a scalar to a vector, and now if I want to raise a vector to a scalar, let's suppose if I want to do the opposite of this, let's suppose if I want to write c1 is equal to a to the power of 2. So now this time it's 1 to the power 2, 3 to the power 2 and 5 to the power 2. So we can do experimentation like this and we can do experimentation like this. Now if I have another array, let's suppose if I have this array, now let's suppose if I have this array 1, 4, 7, I have this A array and B array. So now if I want to raise a to the power b, I have this a, I have this b, and now I want to write it like this: a to the power of b vector. So now what will happen? Each element of a will be raised to each element of b. So this is 1 to the power 1, 3 to the power 4 and 5 to the power 7. So we got this result. So now if I write c1 is equal to b to the power of a. So now what happened? What happened is that 1 is raised to the power 1. So 1 to the power 1 is 1, 4 to the power 3 is 64 and 7 to the power 5 is 16807. So there are three kinds of exponentations that we can do in element by element method. Now there are two vectorized functions. What is meant by vectorized function? Let's suppose I have this a vector, and if I apply square root function to this, if I apply square root function and I write square root of a, so what will happen that it will return a vector. Square root function will return a vector. It will always return a vector. So if I give it a vector as an argument, so it will return a vector, and therefore this square root function is called vectorized function, because if we give it a vector, so it will return a vector. So what is the result of this square root of a? So it took the under the root of 1, under the root of 3 and under the root of 5. So it's a square root function. Then we have another vectorized function, that is the exponent function. So let's suppose if I write this time c1 and now I want to raise e to the power this vector. So if I write exp to power a, and now if what is exp? So if I write exp to the power 1, if I write like this, so exp to the power 1 is 2.7183, that we already know. So now what happened in this case, that exp to the power a, so 2.7183 is raised to the power 1, 2.7183 is raised to the power 3 and 2.7183 is raised to the power 5. So keep in mind that square root function and exp function, both of these functions are vectorized functions, so they will always return a vector. So now let's suppose if I want to multiply, let's suppose if I want to multiply a vector, let's suppose if I have this a vector, and if I want to multiply a with exp a, if I want to multiply this a vector with this exp a vector. So what will happen? This exp a returns a vector, and this is a vector. So this is a vector by vector multiplication. So if I eliminate this dot sign, if I do not write this dot, so what will happen? It will give me an error, because now it's not an element by element exponentation. So now if you people want to apply an element by element exponentation, so what we will do, we will write the dot for it. So now it will be okay. If I do it like this, so now a is raised to the power of exp of a. So exp of a was what? Exp of a is what? We have seen it like this. So now 1 is raised to the power this, 3 is raised to the power to this second element, and 5 is raised to the power this. So what we got? We got this. This is 10 raised to the power 3 into this, 10 raised to the power 3 into this, and 10 raised to the power 3 into this. Here I would add one thing, is that this is 0.000, and here is something which is not visible. So how to make it visible? So let's write format, and then I will write short g. And now if I apply this method again, so we will be able to see it. So it's format short g. So format short g converts this form into this form. So now it's visible. So the first element is 1. The second element of this is 3.83 into 10 raised to the power 9. And similarly, in this case, this is 5.449 into 10 raised to the power 103. So in this way we can convert this into this. So now if you want to convert back to this format, so what I will do, I will write format, and I will write short, and I will press enter. And now if I apply this method again, if I write this c a to the power exponent of a, so what will happen? I will see the same result, in which we cannot see until the 4th decimal point. So it's in this format chart, we will not be able to see if we have a 5th element after the decimal point. So make sure by using this. There is another method as well. If we write format long, and now if I apply this method c e to the power exponent of a, so now we can see that we are able to see until the 16th digit, but still this figure is so small that we are not able to see it. So now if I write format long g, and now if I apply this method, so now we are able to see. So this is 1, this is 383, and so on, and this is 5.44 into 10 raised to the power 103. So now you people can convert the formatting as well. So I will return back to my original formatting. So I will write format short. So now these are the element to element exponentation method. So whenever you people are using vectorized function like square root function and exponentation function, so always keep in mind that they will always return a vector. And if you people are multiplying with the result with a vector, so you people need to write dot and the operation, whichever operation you people want to operate on the equation. So let's suppose if I want to find e to the power, let's suppose if I have this a vector and I want to multiply e to the power a with the sign of a, let's suppose. So let's suppose I have this b as well. So let's suppose if I want to perform c is equal to exp to the power a. So exp to the power a, it will always return a vector if a is a vector. And if I want to multiply it with the sign of a, and keep in mind that sign of a will also return me a vector. First, so if I multiply this, so I will get this. So we have seen that this exp of a will return a vector and sign of a returned a vector. So when we want to multiply two vectors and the sizes are not same, So we cannot multiply these two vectors by using simple method. So let's see, if I write sine of A only, so sine of A will return a vector, and the order of this vector is 1 cross 3. And if I write exp of A, so it also returned me a vector of order 1 cross 3, and both of these have this vector has an order of 1 cross 3, and this vector has an order of 1 cross 3. And if you want to multiply these two by using simple matrix multiplication, so it will give me an error. And if we multiply them by using the element by element method, so then it is possible. So when we are doing operations mathematics like this, so we need to write a dot sign in these two vectors. So keep in mind that always take care of element by element multiplication and simple matrix multiplication. Now let's suppose if I have this A matrix and this B matrix, and now I want to perform some mathematical operation like this. Let's suppose if I want to write C is equal to square root of A into exp of B. So now again we see that square root of A will return me a vector of this same order, and exp of B will return me a vector of this same order, that is a 1 cross 3. So now if I multiply these two vectors by using simple matrix multiplication, so it's not possible. So what I will do, I will write dot and steric. Now if I perform this kind of multiplication, so it's possible, and the result is like this. It is 0.0027 into 10 raised to power 3, 0.0946 into 10 raised to power 3, and 2.4521 into 10 raised to power 3. If I have this A array, let's suppose it's a two-dimensional array. If I have this A, and let's suppose if I have this B, so we can raise A to the power of B as well. I mean that not only vectors are raised to each other, but an arrays can also be raised to each other. Let's suppose if I want to write C is equal to A to the power of B. So now what happened, that A to the power of B, so 2 to the power of 4, each corresponding element of A is raised to each corresponding element of B. So 2 raised to the power 4 is 16, 2 raised to the power 4 is 16, 2 raised to the power 2 is 4, and 4 raised to the power 2 is 16. Similarly, let's suppose if I have this matrix, let's suppose if I delete the second column of C, let's suppose, sorry, we need to write the column to delete the second column. So now let's suppose if I have this C matrix and I have this B matrix, let's suppose if I have this B matrix, so now I have this B matrix and I have this C matrix, and I want to raise B to the power of C. So what will happen? So let me write, let's suppose if I write X is equal to B to the power of C. So now what happened? B to the power of C. So 4 to the power of 16 and 2 to the power of 4. 4 to the power of 16 and 2 to the power of 4. So now we are not able to see its 0.0000 and somewhere. So it's 0.000 into 10 raised to power 9. So if I write format short G, so we can see like this. This is 4.295 into 10 raised to power 9. 4.295 into 10 raised to power 9. This is 16 and this is 16. So now let's solve this very simple problem, and in this problem we are given the resistances and their corresponding voltage drops. So let's suppose if I have this resistor number 1, so the 120 voltage is dropped for this resistor, and we are given like this for each resistor. Each corresponding voltage drop is given, and now we need to find the current for each resistor, the current flowing in each resistor, and the power dissipated in each resistor. So for the current we need to apply the Ohm's law formula, so that is I is equal to V divided by R, and for power dissipated we can use V square divided by R. So now let's do it in MATLAB. So I have already written these data which is given data. So we have given that R resistor is equal to 10 raised to power 4, 2 into 10 raised to power 4, 3.5 into 10 raised to power 4, and 10 raised to power 5, and this, and the voltage is given 120, 80, 110, 20, 35. I have commented this and I wrote it in this form. So in order to decrease the typing for myself, so I can take 10 raised to power 4 common from this. So if I take 10 raised to power 4 common, so we can write 1, 2, 3.5, 10, 20. And similarly, I took 10 common from this, so I wrote this voltages in this form. So if I write this is the resistances and these are the voltages. So now if we need to find the current, so what I will do, I will write I is equal to V divided by R. So we want to find the current for each resistor. So now if we want to find the current for each resistor, so we will perform an element by element division. So what I will do, I will write V dot divided by R. And now if we want to find the power, so if I write power, let's suppose if I write power will be V square divided by R. So what I will do, I will write V and I will raise a vector V to the power of 2. And then I will divide it by R. So now if I execute this, and so as we see that we found the current for resistor number 1 is 0.12, 0.004, and this and this. And as we can see that the power is only 1 cross 1 vector. So what is the problem? Here I have raised the V voltage vector to the power of 2 and element by element, but I missed the dot here. So if I miss the dot here, so it has performed the simple matrix multiplication. So if I write dot here, so then we will be able to find the power dissipated for each resistor. So now if I execute this again, if I press F5 button, so now we can see that for resistor number 1 the current flowing is 0.012 and the power dissipated in resistor number 1 is 1.44, and so on. Now let's suppose if I want to use another formula for power, let's suppose if I write power is equal to, I want to use the I square R formula. So what I will do, I will write I and I will raise I to the power of 2, and I want to have an element by element exponentation. So I will write dot and then I will multiply it by R, and I want to perform an element by element multiplication as well. So I will write this R, and now again if I run this, so as we can see that this power and this power both are same. So these two formulas, we can use either this formula for finding the power, and we can use either this formula for finding the power value. So this is the simple example and this is the solution. I think that's it for this lesson. Keep watching and do practice.